The city of Grand Rapids wants to hear from you. They're holding public sessions next week to talk about the city's initiatives on public health and safety.
Emily Leonard talked to the city about the issues it's facing and how you can take part in those meetings.
Joining us now is Grand Rapids Deputy City Manager Kate Behrens. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So let's start by talking about these engagement sessions set for next week. What is the purpose of these sessions?
So the sessions really are coming out of an effort we are undertaking with our Public Safety Committee, specifically in follow-up to some conversations that happened with our City Commission in December. So at our December meetings, there was a request received from some stakeholders advocating for additional ordinances to address some misdemeanor behavior, particularly in and around downtown. And at the time, the City Commission declined to adopt additional ordinances. They believed that the ordinances that we had in place were adequate to address what we were seeing. But they did refer to the Public Safety Committee a deeper dive into the situation to see if, in fact, we were putting the right kinds of measures in place to address not only criminal behavior, but some other issues we were seeing downtown, and provide feedback back to the commission that we're either on the right track or we actually do need to do we have some gaps. So we have, over the last several months, been talking to the Public Safety Committee about that, providing information and education about not only services the city is providing, but initiatives that are underway with some of our partners to address more root cause issues of why somebody may be out on the street and in the midst of a crisis and committing some of these misdemeanor types of activities, and make sure that we are doing what we need to do to address those behaviors. So this is this phase where we speak to the public, get feedback from them, and allow the Public Safety Committee to package that all up and make their final determination.
Okay, so what are some of the initiatives that are going to be discussed?
So we've done that at the Public Safety Committee meetings in January and February. That's where a lot of the educational pieces are. So we've talked about not only the city's existing ordinances, how we enforce those, who you call to enforce those, but other city services, cleaning up right-of-way, getting property that's been abandoned in the right-of-way picked up and stored if appropriate or disposed of. So those are city things. And we've also presented about Housing Kent, which is a backbone organization working with a lot of our nonprofit organizations and non-governmental organizations about the whole spectrum of housing needs and housing stability needs. And we talked also about what's called the Continuum of Care, which is, again, a group of partner organizations that are really focused on homelessness response. So we've talked about those initiatives and what's happening to improve those systems to make sure fewer people are sort of falling through the cracks. And now this last bit of public engagement will be asking people what they observe, what their experiences are, and whether all of those initiatives will kind of address any negative experiences, or we actually need to fill gaps with additional initiatives.
So it sounds like plans are well underway. What spurred this originally? Comments from the public and from businesses downtown?
Yes, I mean, that's really what spurred this specific effort, was an advocacy piece looking for some additional criminal misdemeanor ordinances to address certain behaviors downtown. Loitering on the sidewalk and aggressive panhandling, I believe, were the two requests. We've been, and our partners have been, engaged in a lot of these improvement initiatives for quite some time. What part of this experience has allowed us to see is that we are not necessarily keeping the public abreast of all of the things that are underway to make improvements. So part of this effort is to provide education and transparency and accountability as well.
All right, Kate Behrens with the City of Grand Rapids, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.